Rock and roll daddy. Hey Bob Squad, what's good? What do you say? What do you know? How's tricks? How's the kids? Some weather we're having. What are we talking about? You know what we're talking about. We're talking about WWE Monday Night Raw, daddy. We're not going to do the hat. It's really hot here. I had to turn off the fans. I'll rock this Bob Squad bracelet that a kind young fan made for me in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right, and Milwaukee is the part of the U.S. that is currently breathing in diarrhea smoke, or something like that. Yeah, I just had to clean poor Odie. He just threw up. He threw up his dental treat. I hope he's okay. It happens. They're doggies. It happens. But I'm going to regurgitate one of these Raw reviews for you. This past Saturday, it's also more than noteworthy. It was WWE Saturday Night's main event at MSG, Madison Square Garden. Where is the beginning of this? I don't know. What did I do here? Did I mess this whole thing up? Yeah, remember Madison Square Garden? It's a famous arena in New York. Are you familiar with this? You heard about this? Yeah, so they had a big thing. Cody and CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk were a tag team at Saturday Night's main event, but they will be opponents, pardon me, at the SummerSlam. And coincidentally tonight, there were two other people who were on the same team, but they will be opponents at the SummerSlam. So that's what's happening. They're doing a lot of that. Anyway, what else happened? Danhausen defeated J.D. McDonough with some basketball players' help, and Roman Reigns posed with the belts with a basketball player of some kind and did some kind of thwarting of Seth Rollins. No idea who's the face and the heel. They switched every week in this feud, so I don't know the answers to that situation. New women's tag team champions, all right. Potato Sack Lady, formerly Bird Lady, defeated Bayley at that event with a chokeout maneuver that I think that Dean Ambrose guy might use somewhere else. And I don't remember anything else. Trick Williams defeated a Laredo kid from the AAA organization. So I think that settles up. I'm so out of sorts. Where's Odie? You okay, buddy? I'm sorry, friend. Okay, he's all right. He's on his blankie. He's trying his best, the poor little Chihuahua man. But this Raw, July 20th, 2026, it was opened by Bouncy. Good old Javon Evans. Bouncy opened it, so he was the first person. I think this is the first time for him to be the first superstar you see for a WWE Monday Night Raw. So on Netflix, the popular streaming service. If you don't know it, I'll put a link in the comments. So but that was interesting. It was good for him. And he teams up with Dragonly, and they wrestle the Vision. And the faces start off hot with flipping maneuvers and dives onto the bad guys. The Vision made up of Braun Breaker and Austin Theory with Maxine Hot Girl and Logan Paul and the you know that thing they gave it to King Kong in the New Empire movie about a year and a half, arguably the greatest film ever made. He's got the New Empire King Kong brace on his arm, but it's probably much smaller if you put it to scale. Anyway, we go to a commercial break. Drink Minute Maid, shop at Walmart. A guy with linen pants who's some kind of actor's White Lotus guy. He says, "Who knew?" And then you eat at Wingstop. And then we're back from the commercial break, and eventually the bad guys win with Braun Breaker giving the spear on Dragonly. 1, 2, 3, and the bad guys win. But we are not done yet. There is Otis and Tozawa are still very upset. So they jump in there. Again, Otis hitting the clothesline on Braun. I don't mind Braun bumping for Otis because Otis is a big guy, but I don't know about Braun staying down for that long. It's just a little weird. Hopefully they just do the one-on-one match eventually, and I could see Braun registering, of course, because Otis is a real big, beefy, burly dude and everything else. But at the same time, I feel like if they were to lock up, like Braun would take like a line and a slam and be more shooken and surprised than really bumped and hurt. But I don't know. But anyway, the heels end up beating the crap out of the good guys anyway. They teased an announcer breaking table thing that didn't happen, which is fine. We've seen too much of it. Make it mean something. Make me wait for it. Save it for the SummerSlam. I'm sweaty. Alrighty, and then what happened? Well, the heels beat up the good guys. Yay! And Austin grabbed Maxine he held her by her buttocks. He held her by her buttocks. Danhausen, yay! You see how they're in Detroit? the one in Michigan with even more of the diarrhea smoke that they're breathing in. So the people are very excited to see. He's all over this show, which is good because this is the show to put him all over. And they've been really good about not putting him in a million segments. So this is the one night to put him in a bunch of segments. So I like how that worked out here. But as much as I love him, we got to take a little. We got to keep the doses small up until the SummerSlam. We'll get to that. So he's threatened by Judgment Day McDonough and Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, and they want their money back. So anyway, there's a package for Big Cass is returning, I guess. That's thrilling. There's another package for Saturday Night's Main Event. SNME, WWE, MSG. Danhausen is there. Danhausen enters. He's in Detroit. And he wrestles the Judgment Day. Does he wrestle? No, he doesn't. He just gets beat up, I think. I think the good guys beat him up and they steal the briefcase. Now, right away, my Bob's intuition was kicking in. No way is there going to be real human monies. The actual $100,000 whatever dollars they say is going to be in that briefcase. Surely Danhausen put either the stuffed cat or something in there, and I was proven right later. It's fake Danhausen money or whatever it was. Joe Hendry. Let's kill this off now. His name is Joe Hendry. There's a D in there. Hendry. Michael Cole called him Joe Henry, especially later on during Joe Hendry's match. Michael Cole called him Joe Henry 1 trillion times. It was really, for a second I thought they did one of those things like Io Sky, who we won't see for a while, which is like, did they just change the name and slyly and don't really, did they? I really thought they did that for a second. I still don't know. Maybe they did, but I did notice the difference. He was dropping the D. Liv stole the briefcase. Reigns and Seth Rollins have a package. LOL. We're backstage again. Fake money, as I called it, and the briefcase somehow got accidentally thrown by Judgment Day McDonough into Obafemi, and Obafemi was so mad at being hit by this leather briefcase that he wanted a match, I guess. So it really didn't make a lot. They forced it. And Adam Pearce, who was bald, said the match is official. And also, Dominic, you can wrestle Joe Hendry. But then Obafemi enters. There wasn't even a commercial break. Obafemi got into his ring gear in like 40 seconds. So, I don't know. I don't think I was the only one to notice that. But, yeah, that was a quick outfit change for Obafemi. I think somebody was pre-taping it up there, guys, and I think somebody was asleep at the wheel. But anyway, Obafemi gives Judgment Day McDonough a back body drop, as we used to hear Mr. McMahon say. Whatever happened to him? Never mind. A couple of more big bumps, the big toss thing, and the power bomb stood out. La 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 la. 1, 2, 3. Oba wins. Solo Sikoa is very silly, and he calls out Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins, his music plays, and he walks out immediately as if Seth Rollins was right behind the wall, taking a leak, and he enters right away. Should Seth Rollins, he's pretty far above Solo on the pecking order. Should he even be responding to Solo calling him out? I think it lowered Seth's value just to come out at all, let alone that quickly. It was kind of silly. But anyway, they argue Solo wants Seth to, you need my help, otherwise you're going to lose to Roman at the SummerSlam. And Jacob Fatu shows up and chases Solo off. And then Jacob Fatu takes a super kick from Seth Rollins. And Fatu sits down and says, again, just like Braun Breaker earlier, Fatu just sits down and sells it for so long. What happened to this unstoppable monster? I don't know, they made him not special, and there's more of that later on. Ego, Ethan Page, and Rusev Miro are in a tag team contest, another tag contest, who cares for today. Chad Gable and Penta, 2 other opponents at the SummerSlam who are tag teaming. So I just want to know, I saw WWE, what you're doing the same thing. Knock it off. They go to a commercial break and eat Wingstop and DoorDash. Maybe get Wingstop from DoorDash. I'm sure you can do that. Chad Gable actually taps out Rusev, so okay. And everyone have a great day. Seth Rollins taunts Jacob Fatu backstage, and Jacob Fatu can't do anything because the tribal chief Roman Reigns, who is not here, says, "Don't beat up the guy I want to beat up," whatever. And and Seth laughs in his face, and Jacob doesn't do anything. So yeah, Jacob's is not special. Dominic Mysterio wrestles Joe Hendry, and Liv. This is a lot of fun. So Liv Morgan interferes Everyone's just having a good time. This match is not about the match. Pardon me. Danhausen appears again, and Liv hits him with a forearm, and Danhausen goes down and he runs off. So he's just getting... Danhausen's undefeated, but the women can bump him. We'll go to a commercial break. Probably more DoorDash. Michael Cole says Henry another 18 times. Danhausen returns again in the coffin car with Io Sky, and they're both pointing at their heads. Hold on, I gotta do this for the thumbnail. Okay. There you go. And they wave their hands because Joe Hendry pins Dominic with some kind of maneuver. Oh yeah, the DDD. Just Danhausen sneaks in to do the Danhausen death drop, which is the old Stinger thing, which is the old slop drop Henry Godwin that thing. It's a better move for Danhausen than the kick to the head he was doing. But he should bring back the groin punch. I missed the groin punch. It was a good maneuver. Anyway, he defeats Joe Hendry. With the help of Danhausen, Hendry gets the Duke on Dom. Everybody waves their hands, and now they wave their hands in the air because Danhausen is pretty much instructing them to, and they do the turn at the same time. They pose together. Everyone's happy. LeKnight shows up, and he hypes the six-man tag team contest. LeKnight is going to wrestle Jacob Fatu. And they have this match where, again, Jacob is very... I hate to say it because I'm a big Jacob Fatu fan. He's very unspecial in this match, so that's not good. You don't like that. You want people to be special. But he's just selling normally for the night. And Jimmy Uso interferes. So Solo interferes. So Royce Keys interferes. Yeet interferes. Jacob hits a wacky moonsault on LeKnight. 1, 2, 3. And the heels leave the good guys laying, leaving anticipation for the six-man contest at the SummerSlam. Oh, this being the second to last Raw before the SummerSlam. What did I think of it? I'm trying to hide. I'm not just trying to hide. I'm trying to justify my Danhausen bias because it was Detroit. Like I said, this was the episode to do this with, to give us a little overdose of him. But since they haven't been doing that to him on the other shows, I think it'll be fine. I think he'll keep to those 30-second what's he up to now segments, and then but there's a time and a place. There's joy, there's fun, there's seasons in the sun. Weird that the main event was hyping up the six-man. And again, we have next week. So they said Roman Reigns, the OTC, will be there. So we'll probably have a lot of Roman and Seth speeches about nothing next week. I don't remember if they said Brock Lesnar will be there, but there was a Paul Heyman package somewhere in here tonight where he said the word violence 50 times. He just kept saying violence. Michael Cole kept saying Henry. Io and Danhausen pointed at their heads. The Knight said yeah. Eat didn't say anything, but the other people said eat, so I think you understand where that's going. Huh. Yeah, this was an episode. Nothing to write home about, but what a boring letter that would be. We did have Saturday night's main event just a few nights ago, so I think it's worth noting that the these feel like great matches, fun matches put together, but the main events are actually the least interesting. I think the six-man tag is actually... I'm curious to see what they do with it. I would think LeKnight over Heat would be the way for the finish to go. Call me crazy, but they never want to pull the trigger fully on LeKnight. Hard to say. So... And maybe just do the easy thing where Solo just turns on Royce and LeKnight and the bad guys all win and all the Samoans have their hands in the air. You can do that too, especially because I think Solo's other two guys, I think they've lost to Finn Balor the last couple of weeks on SmackDown, so I don't think they're doing anything with them. I don't know. But to me, Chad Gable and Penta will be really good. I don't believe they're really mad at each other, or they keep shaking hands and staring at each other. Like that's nice. But Danhausen and Dom will be fun and silly and wacky. We're probably gonna need it, even if you don't like that stuff. I get it, but like this show might need it. I feel like Liv Morgan and Io has been going on a while, probably because they had that match at Queen of the Ring. Yeah, I don't know. At least there'll be a lot of time between matches, because I don't know if I should order DoorDash or eat Wingstop or drink Minute Maid juice. So who knows? Okay, San Diego. This Thursday with the Comedy Store La Jolla, just doing a 10-minute set somewhere in the first half there. July 31st, I'm in North Park. Check my Instagram at Bob Hanson Jokes for that stuff. And August 7th, Vista, North County, San Diego. Don't miss this. Don't miss Vista. Tell your sister we missed her, dissed her, and dismissed her. Don't miss Vista. In Zane Brewery, pub, bar. That's going to be a big one though. That place is always packed. You want to go to Zane, 236 Main Street, Vista. All Friday, August 7th. So that's going to be huge. Come see Bob in Charlotte. August 21st, 22nd, Friday, Saturday, featuring for Zoltan, Charlotte, North Carolina. Come see me there. Other than that, look me up in San Diego. We'll get the other things later. It is hot. I am sweating. Goodbye.